There has been a lot of national self-reflection since the election of Donald Trump. Many people have refused to accept the results of the election, which is misguided and self-defeating. But one of the reasons that people are taking to the streets like this is because they were led to believe by the media that Donald Trump didn't have a chance. And of course, he won easily, winning states that Republicans haven't won in decades. How could they have been so wrong? The media loves to blame the polls, but the polls did show the race tightening. Some even showed Donald Trump ahead right before the election. So nice try, but it was something else. It was bias, plain and simple, and credit the New York Times for admitting to as much. Times publisher Arthur Sulzberger Jr. wrote an open letter to the Times readers apologizing for the paper's campaign coverage. Now, the mea culpa did fall short of taking total blame, but it's still shocking that the publisher admitted that the New York Times is disconnected with America and failed its readers. Sulzberger promised to do better, to strive always to understand and reflect all political perspectives and life experiences in the stories we bring to you. The reason for the letter wasn't completely altruistic. The Times has lost subscriptions because of its pro-Clinton campaign coverage and really needs to clean house for the letter to mean anything. Still, admitting you have a problem is the first step in recovery. One can only hope that other biased news organizations would follow suit. Bias is a dangerous thing because it breeds mistrust. And trust is the only currency that matters in journalism. This year's campaign coverage has sunk trust in media to an all-time low. One poll put it at 6%. 6%! That's lower than Congress or lawyers. One media outlet that has been especially bad is CNN, which earned the mocking acronym, the Clinton News Network. But instead of self-reflection like the New York Times, CNN has stoked the flames of discontent, doubling down on its anti-Trump rhetoric. Listen to this interview with a protester on CNN last week.
So you don't feel like this was a fair election because it looks like Donald Trump won fair and square.
How did he win fair and square? Hillary had more votes. More human beings voted for Hillary. This isn't fair.
Now that isn't just any protester. That's a CNN photographer. The fact that that photographer and the reporter that interviewed him weren't immediately disciplined shows that objectivity is dead at CNN. There are others, of course. Fox News and MSNBC are at the opposite ends of the political spectrum, the yin and the yang of journalistic bias, but they have never tried to hide it. What we need are some honest arbiters of the truth, journalistic institutions that value coverage over commentary. That's what we've lost. Journalists seem to spend all their time these days talking at each other instead of listening to us. And so it's easy to see how they miss the biggest political story in modern history. Maybe with self-reflection will come a change, but I doubt it. I'm Larry Mendte. See you again next week.